teach English to English majors. And we live there on a team. We have about, it varies, but between 5 and 10 people on our team. And we have 2 teams in the city at 2 different schools. And then throughout China, there's different cities and different teams. So what we do, our main ministry is we reach the community, and especially students, through the teaching of English. And we use that as opportunities to share our lives and to share our beliefs.
Because you can't go to China as a missionary.
Yeah, it is considered a created access country. So yeah, you cannot get a visa as a missionary into China. And actually the organization, while it's nonprofit, is not considered a missions organization for that reason.
It's an education organization.
Correct.
But every person involved in that organization
Yeah.
goes because they have a desire to live among people.
Their description is that their purpose is to send Christian English teachers to China. And they can be somewhat upfront about that, as long as it's not for the purpose of, yeah.
So what does that look like, Miss Filling Lady? What does that look like?
You don't want the facts?
Yeah, I did. We had enough facts. That was good. Okay, so what does that look like? How does because you're not going and saying, hey, we're having a Bible study on Thursday night, and we've started this church. What does that look like to be an English language teaching missionary?
Well, first of all, we stand out in the crowd. We have blonde hair. We have 2 little kids. One is 4.5, one is almost 3, and they have blonde hair. So people in the community see us. We have paparazzi popping up every once in a while, taking pictures of us, friends, and posting it on their WeChat, which is kind of like a Facebook. But that brings a lot of questions to their hearts, and they come up to us and say, so why are you different? Why are you here? What is the reason that you are teaching English at this university? It's not to make money, because we know that you don't make money. But why are you here? So quite often we have a lot of people who come with these questions. That just because of the way that we live. We live in a different way than they have seen in the movies, Western movies. That's basically what the community thinks about, America or Europe or any white person. So they notice that our lives are different. Also in our classes, we try to tap on different topics that would prompt a lot of questions. We use, have you played Jenga before? I'm sure many of you have. We've used Jenga questions or other games where the students would just be challenged with very spiritual questions, and that just brings a lot of confusion to them, and they search for people to ask deeper questions, and there we are. We invite them to seeker studies. We start Bible study groups and develop relationships. The only, making friendships in China is very different than making friendships here in America. You have to be very intentional, and I feel like here, every time we come back, we have a lot of friends. And in China, it's when you arrive there, it seems like everybody is friendly, but it's very, very difficult to make real friendships. You can have people who will just be nice and, share their life with you. But in order to develop a deeper relationship, you have to be intentional and reach out to them. So we do this. We open our home to people. We invite. Just recently, this past year, we invited our kids, preschool teachers, to our home for a Christmas party and for some other party. So it was their first time being in a Western home. They would take a lot of videos and pictures of, Christmas. Oh, you have a Christmas tree. I've never seen that before in a home. So we invite a lot of students to our home just to share our lives with them. So we would make cookies. And this past semester, we had some actually Mongolian students who came to our home, and it was their first time using a mixer. So, a girl would be, I'm explaining to her how to make cookies, and she just jumps back because the mixer turns on. She's like, I don't know what to do with this. So, we have a lot of conversations that lead through that. Our kids have opened a lot of doors in our life for people to enter and to share our lives with. We reached out to a lot of teachers just because they have the same stage in life that we do. They have little kids